Hello everyone, this is Miss Maggie T with Lush Exchange, and of course if you're new to the channel I want you to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But definitely want to go ahead and get into something that a lot of us need to hear, and it's about changing yourself for others. We tend to try to hide behind a character because we don't feel like people would accept us for who we are, or we alter things and we change the way we talk, walk, etc. because we want to be accepted by certain people. But that's the worst thing you can do for yourself. Now, if you're truly wanting to change, do it for you and only you. Because like I always say, only you can make yourself happy. So let's go ahead and get into this quote. And that is, don't let someone change who you are to become what they need. That's a big one. We all try to please others, change everything about ourselves, but is it genuine? Is it true to you? Don't do it because you want to meet their needs. Absolutely. Now, I want to get into this conversation because I think a lot of us just need to hear it. You don't need someone who doesn't like who you are. You are beautiful. You are great, just the way you are. You are you, and that's the greatest thing you could be. Everyone does it. We all change ourselves even a little bit, just so others will like us. A little bit is okay, depending on the situation. Maybe you like talking about things that your friend doesn't like talking about, so you stop talking about that around them. Okay, but you should not try to change things about your personality, your appearance, or any part of yourself because of someone else. You are you, and there is nobody like you out there, so keep being you. Every single person on this earth is one of a kind. It makes us unique, makes us special, makes us stand out. And that's one of those most magical things that it can be. If someone tells you to change who you are or encourages you to become someone you are not, or just walk away. Walk away from the people who try to change you, because without being who you truly are, you're nobody. You're just another number for the most part, because you're not being your true self, or you're being like them. How many of those do we have now? People can walk around all day telling other people how to act, how to dress, how they should look, how they should treat people, and how they should live their lives, but they also don't know how your experiences have shaped you. They don't know why you are, who you are, and that's okay. They never will truly know, and they don't have to truly know, just like you don't have to try to change who you are for them. Everyone wants to be loved, and people will do many things to get in the good graces of people that they want to love them, but it's not worth it. The greatest love you can give yourself is self-love, and I talk about this all the time. And the only person who dictates that is you. Only you can love yourself unconditionally. Self-love is the best love. Your worth should not be dictated to you. Your worth should not depend on you becoming someone you are not. You are worth the world no matter what someone tells you. And at the end of the day, only you have the right to tell yourself if you need to change. And you can be whatever you want to be. Just keep being yourself. Absolutely. And I want to kind of get deeper into this as well, because why should we do those things, Why should we stop changing ourselves for acceptance? You know, we may not all fight for acceptance the same way, of course. Some of us take a different path, and we rebel and run in the opposite direction, doing everything we can to prove we are different. But if we dig deep down to the root of our behaviors, we often find that rebelling happens because we want to be accepted despite our differences. Fitting in is a comfortable place to be. You know, it makes it easy and, whatever. It's less stressing. We fear change for many reasons, but it's inevitable. Growth must happen in our lives as we move forward, and we need to be intentional about changing our mission from fitting in to honoring who we are instead. There's a difference. When all is said and done, we only hurt ourselves when we fight against what makes us different. And Maya Angelou said, the real difficulty is to overcome how you think about yourself. And let's change the way we think about acceptance. And here are some ways we can stop changing who we are. Get rid of the word should. If we constantly tell ourselves we should be doing this or that, we miss out on simply being. While we pursue the shoulds that go along with the latest trends or get us the attention we want at work, we are missing out on developing the people we already are. Know who you are fighting against. The battle is not with others. The battle is within ourselves. Sure, when those kids in school chased us on the playground, calling us names, we thought they were our enemy. And that boss at work who is never satisfied with us, he is the adult version of a bully. But when all is said and done, their approval means far less than an acceptance of ourselves. It doesn't matter what they think. We must have enough respect for who we are that we don't fight what makes us different. And that's the most important part, being truly genuine to you. And then see the power in differences. There is power in being unique. We all bring something different to this world that can only be used effectively when our unique parts are nurtured and not neglected. Because we neglect ourselves very often. Accepting the way we were created is a hard but a necessary choice to make. Only then can we feel joy and true acceptance from others. And it's going to be a little short one because I just have to remind everyone that if you have to change yourself in order for someone to want to be with you, want to like you, want to be a friend with you, they're not the person for you in the first place. People that truly genuinely like you for who you are in your natural state. You know, you might be a little quirky, you might be a little goofy, you might be a little bit, nerdy. You might dress a little differently. You might talk a certain way. You might run your show a certain way. But guess what? If your podcast doesn't meet the means of, the likeliness of a couple of people out there compared to a few thousand that do enjoy it, don't take it personal. You're not going to please everybody. Now, if it's something that you can take as criticism to alter some things, it's always okay to improve something about yourself if it benefits you only. Because there's nothing better than becoming better people. But that change has to want to come from within only. So there's nothing wrong with a little constructive criticism. Not saying that people asking for things and saying things about yourself can't benefit you, but it's what they're asking of you. They're telling you, because you are a certain size, this is not going to make it. This is not going to work for them. Okay. Well, I will find someone else that loves it. Or because you don't like to play a certain game or whatever. Kids get through this often. Now it's just bullying is at an ultimate high right about now. And, because you're not like everyone else, you don't dress like someone else, it's not accepted. I'm here to tell you that screw them. Screw them. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Who's going to come for you at the end? Who's going to take care of you? Who's going to have your back at the end of the day? Yes, you did all of that to please them, but guess what? You're still by yourself at the end of the day. When things go wrong, when the chips are down, guess what? Who's coming to your aid? Definitely not them. You meet their agenda. Oh, you make them happy. But what about you? Okay? So for those that feel like they have to, carry themselves a certain way because it's not in the image of other people. Say, for instance, race. Sometimes people like to use that word ghetto a lot, for instance. And because they don't, act like blue collar or something. So the way a person will talk is ghetto. And they look like as it is a sign of, they use the word more of it as a sign of ignorance. And of course, you just can't act like that. That's just not correct. It's not the correct way to talk. It's not the correct way to be. And that's what we're kind of going through right about now with our podcast of Atlanta Sports Entertainment. And our podcast is more like barbershop talk. It's more laid back. We're entertaining our fans of Atlanta Falcons. And our audiences enjoy it. They love it. And because we represent who they are. A lot of us are Georgians. And, we're Southerns. And that's just how we are. So we're not going to, we're not trying to be ESPN, if you will. We're not trying to be that. We're not trying to cater to a certain audience. We're not. We want the real, genuine fans that just like to be just like we are. And people appreciate that because of us, but there are always one in that number. Oh, this is just, you are not professional, at all. If that's the case, there's other creators out there that you can find that appeals to you. We're not acting, like fools, if you will. We're giving you the sports content. But because we don't look a certain way, I'm going to tread lightly on that subject. But because we don't look a certain way, and we are a cast of those that look similar, that doesn't appeal. So I said this message because, people feel like they have to act behind the character. And genuine people shines the most when you're being fake, when you're putting on a voice, when you're, not being your true self. People genuinely see that. And guess what? It's a turn off. Definitely is. Be who you are. And guess what? People will love you for it and appreciate it. I rambled long enough. It probably didn't even make sense today. I just kind of wanted to give my personal touch to it today. And I appreciate you guys. That's all I got for you. Until the next time, it's Miss Maggie T. Once again with your daily dose of motivation and inspiration. And I appreciate you guys. Please hit that like and share. Appreciate you. Peace.